Picture the Ural Mountains, a wild and unforgiving place in the heart of Russia. The vast expanse of snow-covered peaks stretches as far as the eye can see, creating a breathtaking yet daunting landscape. It was here, way back in January 1959, that a group of 10 young adventurers decided to take on a daring challenge. They were driven by a thirst for adventure and a desire to push their limits, led by a seasoned hiker named Igor Dyatlov. These folks were students and grads from the Ural Polytechnic Institute. Igor was known for his leadership and experience in navigating the harsh terrains. They loved the great outdoors and couldn't resist a good adventure. The bond they shared was strengthened by their common passion for exploring the unknown. Their mission? To conquer Mount Otorten, a peak that seemed as tough as the mountains themselves. The name Otorten translates to "don't go there" in the local Mansi language, adding an eerie challenge to their quest. These hikers were no strangers to the wilderness. They had faced the elements before and knew the risks involved. They had all the right gear and knew how to handle themselves in tough conditions. Their preparation was meticulous, ensuring they were ready for any situation. They'd even done similar treks before. Each journey had taught them valuable lessons, making them more resilient and resourceful. As they set off into the wild, you could feel the excitement in the air. The anticipation of the unknown fueled their spirits. They were pumped and ready for anything. The journey ahead was filled with promise and the thrill of adventure. Now, the Ural Mountains are known for their crazy weather, and the Dyatlov Pass expedition quickly found themselves in the thick of it. The skies, once clear and blue, turned dark and angry, dumping tons of snow on the hikers. The temperature dropped like a stone, turning the air into an icy blast. But the group kept going, even though the heavy snow made every step a struggle. It was tough going, but they never lost hope. They knew reaching the top would make all this hardship worth it. As days turned into weeks, the families and friends of those missing hikers started to worry. February 12th rolled around, and there was still no sign of the group. That's when a full-blown search and rescue operation swung into action. Experienced mountain climbers and volunteers from all over came together to comb the vast wilderness. But with each passing hour, their hope began to dwindle. The search parties faced the same brutal conditions as the hikers' treacherous terrain and weather that made the search a nightmare. Then, on February 26th, there was a breakthrough. The search party, braving the harsh and unforgiving conditions, made a chilling discovery. The search party stumbled upon the hikers' abandoned tent, a stark reminder of the group's last known shelter. It was perched precariously on the slopes of Kolatsiakl, a name that sent chills down your spine. It means dead mountain in the local language. The very name evoked a sense of dread and foreboding. The tent was ripped open from the inside, like someone was desperate to get out. It was as if the hikers had fled in a panic, tearing through the fabric in their haste. Inside, the hikers' stuff was scattered everywhere, untouched by the snow. Personal belongings lay strewn about, as if abandoned in a hurry. But here's the strange part. Their boots were gone. In such extreme conditions, this was not just unusual, it was inexplicable. You see, boots were crucial for walking in that deep snow. Without them, survival in the freezing temperatures would be nearly impossible, and it gets even creepier. The eerie silence of the winter landscape seemed to hold its breath, as if the mountain itself was hiding secrets. The search party found the hikers' bodies scattered across the mountainside, each one in a strange and unsettling position. It was a scene that defied explanation. Some were barefoot, only wearing their underclothes. This bizarre detail added to the growing list of mysteries. Others had terrible injuries, like broken skulls and ribs. These injuries were severe and raised more questions than answers. In the years since that fateful winter, the Dyatlov Pass incident has become one of the biggest mysteries of our time. The story of 9 experienced hikers who met a tragic and unexplained end in the Ural Mountains continues to baffle experts and enthusiasts alike. Theories about what happened are a dime a dozen, some believable, others just plain bizarre. From natural disasters to supernatural occurrences, the range of explanations is as vast as the icy landscape itself. Some folks think a sudden avalanche, maybe even one the hikers accidentally caused, made them run from their tent in a panic. The force of nature can be terrifying, and an avalanche would certainly explain the hurried escape. Others point to the weird injuries and the hikers' strange behavior as proof of something more sinister. The unexplained trauma and the state in which their bodies were found suggest that something out of the ordinary occurred. Could it have been a military experiment gone wrong? Some speculate that secret tests or weapons could have inadvertently caused the tragedy, leaving behind a trail of confusion and fear. Or maybe they ran into something unexplainable, something unknown to science. Strange lights in the sky and mysterious tracks in the snow have fueled theories of extraterrestrial encounters. Despite countless investigations, the truth about what happened to the Dyatlov Pass hikers remains a mystery. Each new piece of evidence seems to raise more questions than it answers. The chilling details of the case still send shivers down our spines, reminding us that even in this day and age, some mysteries are too big to solve. The torn tent and scattered belongings paint a haunting picture of that fateful night. The Ural Mountains keep their secrets close, a haunting reminder of the power of nature and how fragile life can be. As the snow continues to fall, the mystery of Dyatlov Pass endures, captivating the imagination of all who hear its tale.